Hey guys. Like the title of this video says, today's video is going to My Hero Academia. Manga chapter 250 spoilers. Let's get down to the video. First, you should know that My Hero Academia manga is on break next week. My Hero Academia manga chapter 350 is titled N. From the previous chapter, we see the interaction between Todoroki and Dabi. He asks Dabi why he did not return back home all this time since he was alive, and Dabi promises to tell him everything about how he became Dabi, the reason why his flames never extinguished and surpassed Endeavor. Hero Academia chapter 350 begins with the gorilla cop going to Dr. Garaki's cell. Garaki is the doctor who helped all. He was talking to himself. He said that they have spent a long time looking for seeds or children to cultivate. Seeds that have a hatred towards society and that could become vessel for all. For one. Next, we see Dabi and Shoto, which is the continuation of the previous chapter. We finally see the flashback of Dabi. Tuya is burning on Mount Sokoto in despair, saying that he doesn't want to die and that he still needs to show Endeavor his strength and what he is capable of doing. He was burned due to the nature of his power. Then a man in a suit and hat, who appears to be all for one, emerges from the flames. Next, we see Tuya in a mysterious facility, decorated with various childish decorations, like a daycare. As soon as he wakes up, several children notice his presence and become excited, saying that the sleeper has finally woken up after 3 years. When he tries to talk, he notices that his voice is different, everything was different, he slept for 3 years. The children call the doctor and a bizarre figure with a sunflower face shows up. Tuya asks him to let him out and the doctor refuses. He said, from now on he will live there with his new family in the mysterious facility. Tuya cannot accept this because he has said many horrible things to his family and his family must be worried about him. Just then, a voice comes out from a monitor and informs Tuya that none of this wish are possible because restoring his burnt body was too difficult. The missing parts of his body have been replaced using other people, so he will no longer be able to use the full power of his fire. They would have liked to recruit him at the peak of his potential, but he turned out to be a failure. Hearing these words, he remembers what Endeavor used to say and became depressed. The voice says that they might be able to turn his body to its former state if he stays there with them for a while and becomes part of the family. Tuya tells him to shut up and says that he doesn't want anyone to teach him anything. They were keeping several children as replacements in case something happened to Shigaraki. Dabi was supposed to be one of them, but he burned down the facility and ran away. Tuya went back home to the Todoroki house. His body was weaker, he had already given up on meeting Endeavor's expectations of surpassing All Might. But he still hoped that the family environment had changed after these 3 years he was recuperating. But when he arrived to the house, he saw his funeral altar and the crazy training to which Endeavor subjected Shoto. He realized that he was indeed a defective product to Endeavor and his entire existence was already left in the past and forgotten. Dabi says that as he passed his body's limits, his body started to become disfigured. He didn't want to meet Endeavor again weak like that, so he kept training his flames, and even though his skin burned, he felt no pain from the surgeries that were done on him. The more he saw Endeavor on the television, the more his hatred grew, and the more he took inspiration on his techniques. We see another flashback of him praying at the altar in the Todoroki household, and he says that at that moment Tuya died and in his place Dabi was born. The doctor says that fire is an energy source that gives life to things and allows many others to function. When Dabi joined the League of Villains, he met with the doctor, who asks him how he survived. But Dabi ignores him and says that by looking at the Naomu, he finally understood what they intended to do to him if he had agreed to stay there with the other children. Then the doctor says that he told him that he managed to avoid death through his flames of hatred and resentment. However, Dabi's flames exist only to bring death, and this is not compatible with All for One, who longs to live forever. What follows is an impressive page of Dabi melting the top of the All Might statue, while Garaki says that these are the deadly obsessive flames that have escaped the reach of the King of Demons. Shoto and Dabi prepare to use Flashfire Fist at the same time. Dabi says he's going to destroy everything important to Endeavor and this will be the proof that he's alive, but Shoto says he won't let his stupid brother do as he pleases.